the maternity baby shower NCLEX review.
Make sure you download your workbooks. We are getting started.
Oh my goodness.
With Regina's virtual baby shower and maternity NCLEX review. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. We are finally getting started. For me, this is Monday, right?
Oh, this is Monday.
Then this is
Monday.
The event before I go on my time.
Maternity leave.
Hi, maternity leave.
Congratulations.
You guys know I need it.
We want to thank you guys for being a part of the Remar Nurse family and just being with us. We have an amazing program for you guys today. Make sure you have your downloadable workbooks. Get your workbooks. It's on the event page. You might have already started filling it out already. We have an amazing program for you. So just stay tuned and check us out.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with us today. We have an amazing journey. Make sure that you have your workbooks in hand. Make sure that you have your workbooks so we can get started. First, we want to do is just really say thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And we'll be saying thank you throughout this entire program. I'll just leave it there. Like, this is the okay, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Can you guys hear us now? Let us know if you can hear us now. I think I might have accidentally bumped mute.
Oh no. I think you should be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You can hear?
Can you guys hear us now? All right. Yes. Okay. So they said they can hear us now.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. So Mark was showing you guys some of the things that we got from the Amazon registry. You guys have been literally sending me stuff up to the minute. And we have a whole list of just people who just poured love out to Shiloh. So many names we can't even name. But listen, if your name is on this list, look for your name. Look for your name, because this is like so incredible. Just all the people that showed us love and what it allowed. Here's another list of people. Literally just this list of people brought stuff over like this weekend. And we'll show the video again, just in case you guys missed it. We'll show that entire video again. But search for your name and know that, like, we love you. And if your name is not on this list, then that means you're still buying things and we just haven't gotten to updating it yet. But what it allowed for me to do, so our entire family, we just thank you, because it's not easy having 2 kids and running a business. And what it allowed me to do is keep working, because I wasn't out trying to get this and get that. And just on a personal side note, this baby that we're having is a girl. So you guys saw my last baby was a boy, and that was about 4 years ago. So I literally have no girl stuff.
I had to do it all over again.
I mean, I had no girl stuff. And then I'm also bottle feeding this baby, which I've never done before. And so that, to me, like, you guys know how I am. I'm a huge researcher. I never had to make infant formula before. So with the registry, what it allowed me to do is use you guys' experience to know, like, what I should buy and what I should not buy. I had so many different, like, conflicting informations and I don't know, Mark, if you know this or care, but
What's up?
some people say that with infant formula, you should get your baby to drink room temperature infant formula and not warm it up. So I was just like, should I buy a bottle warmer? Should I not buy a bottle warmer? And I put it on the registry and I said, if the Remar nurses think I need one, they'll get one. If they don't think I need one, I just won't have one. And then also, people were saying like, you didn't need to sterilize the bottles. You do need to sterilize the bottles. You know, my mom was saying you just get a big pot of water, you boil
it up.
Yeah, you boil it. I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like bottle feeding a baby. You guys, listen, we need to have a session so you guys can tell me, because I'm on YouTube trying to watch videos on how to make infant formula. If it's supposed to be warm. I'm
glad you were able to take this maternity leave.
Yes, I need this maternity leave.
And parlay that into an NCLEX review
I
for
don't
the nurses.
know what to do.
When all else fails, teach.
Right? Yeah. I'm just sticking to what I know, right?
That's it.
So you guys don't know how just tremendous. I put things on the registry and I just said, if they think I need it, then they'll get it. If they don't think I need it, then I won't have it. And I can just continue to focus on Remar and just resting. So a huge shout out to you guys for that. And we can definitely talk more about infant formula. There's like 50 million different bottles, like just bottles. It was crazy. You guys should have told me this. So
50 million bottles, but right now we have 1,000 nurses online with us. And
all right, so we got to get
on. Because of your generosity, the Bible says it's better to give than it is to receive. And so because of your generosity, we wanted to do something to give back to the Remar Nurse family. We are growing our family, we're expanding our family, and walking in purpose, living our dreams. And we want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to do the same. And so for that, we did decide to do is to do an amazing discount. If you have the virtual trainer, you're preparing for NCLEX, you got your NCLEX VT. The renewal price was at $69. We have dropped that down to $29.
Yes, we have.
Just to make sure that it's affordable for you all.
Oh my goodness.
If you're in the virtual trainer, there are instructions that you can cancel your current membership and rejoin at the $29 before your next billing cycle.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but if you haven't taken a trainer and to move forward in terms of your content study, we have an amazing sale price for the full program. This is a maternity sale, What is a maternity sale? Well, during the time of your maternity leave, during the time that Regina's on maternity leave, since she's not here pumping you and motivating you, we want to make sure that the virtual trainer is well within reach. So there's no excuses in order for you to do what you need to do and get what you need to get. So during this time, we're having the virtual trainer, the full program, the full NCLEX review, full comprehensive NCLEX review for just $129. For just $129, and it's only $99 if you already have the Quick Facts book. All right.
Yeah.
So $129 or just $99 if you already have. Remar nurses are passing NCLEX on all the time. Like every single day, there's a new testimony, a new story, and we can show you better than we can tell you about the success of the virtual trainer and the Remar nurses.
Perfect. And so, Miss B, I see your message. You said the gift is coming today at 1:00.
Thank you.
Literally, I posted a video of just the gifts that we got from today from Amazon. Bananas.
Yeah.
So again, we're giving back. This sale literally applies to everybody in the Remar community. If you already have the virtual trainer, what you're going to notice is that your renewal price, your monthly renewal price, has decreased.
So you have to take advantage of that to cancel your current account and then rejoin at the $29. So you're going to save like $40 a month on that alone.
So
thank you.
Instead of every month $69, we dropped it down to $29.
Less than $1 a day
for you guys. Okay, so make sure that you do take advantage of that if you already have the virtual trainer. If you don't have the virtual trainer, this is absolutely the time to get it because the price has also been reduced like drastically down to $129. And that includes your
VT workbook, includes your Quick Facts, includes your 3-month online access.
Yes,
just for $129, a comprehensive NCLEX review, like everything that you need in one place to pass NCLEX. And then after that, if you want to do additional questions, we have the
question bank, the new question bank. Yeah, so that is just starting at $29. So again, you guys know this is
your season.
This is your season.
This is your season for growth. This is your season for development. This season to benefit your family, take the actions and steps that you need. And so make sure also keep in mind with this particular sale, there's so many that are ordering. The volume, there will be the shipping time will be approximately 5 to 7 business days on the shipping. So please be patient. I know that you're getting an amazing discount, an amazing deal, and it's coming to you as fast as possible.
Don't wait though.
Right? Yeah.
Don't wait, because if you wait, then
in fact, we might actually have to meter out how many we do per day just to make sure that everything gets out on time. So if you're ready to go ahead and hit remarnurse.com, remarnurse.com, and you can get started.
Absolutely. And you guys know, with the post office and all the crazy things going on with coronavirus, don't wait. Okay. All right. So
there is a way to pass NCLEX.
There is.
The number one proven method to passing NCLEX is to review your content, then answer your questions. We're going to help you break down your nursing content with the NCLEX virtual trainer. After that, you have the question bank as a resource, only $29. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have your workbook, there is on the first page. What do we have for them, Regina?
On the first page, we're going to get started. We'll come back with questions at the end, and Mark will help us to answer all these questions because my brain is just like, So, but we're going to start with your workbooks. Get your workbook out. The first thing that we have is can't see my paper, but this is the unscrambled baby words. Okay, so you got 1 minute. Look at these baby words. Unscramble them. If you can unscramble them, go ahead and put the first one, the second one, the third one. This is the beginning of the NCLEX maternity / baby shower review. Hey, unscramble these baby words. These are very common baby words. And I'm giving you guys a minute to win it. We got raffles coming up. We got prizes to give away. Mostly that. All right, let's show the answers real quick. I think somebody might have got them all. Real quick. Trinice. All right. Hey. All right. So here are the answers. I want to do it all at the end. You have them mixed.
Yeah.
At the end.
It's up to you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So here are the answers. Some of you guys got it right away. Woo! Car seat, bottle, formula.
That was tough.
Yeah. Diaper, rattle, mobile, stork, and bassinet. Wow. You guys are on it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna skip the raffles. I'm gonna get right into the review. We'll do the raffles at the end. So we're gonna say bye to Mark, and you guys know we're gonna get into our maternity review here. So did you put them in the workbook though? No, I don't think you did. Okay. Perfect.
It's at the very back.
All right. So we're going to get right into our maternity review, guys. Yes. All right. So let's go. This is my final review. God bless you all. We're going to get into this maternity review. And what I wanted to start with is this is really an expansion of what we have done in the NCLEX virtual trainer. So when you guys are finished with this, my expectation is that you go into the virtual trainer or you get out your VT workbook and you add these notes to this information. I'm going to go back to it. Because what I noticed is as I was building out the question bank, there are so many different approaches that you can come with maternity with. So for example, here, signs of pregnancy, you can look at probable and positive. Hey, Salah, hey, Mom, hey, what's up? I'm so happy you guys are watching. So you can look at probable and positive, right? And then that can be further broken down into subjective and objective. All right. Stick around for the raffle prizes. I have some family members on here. All right. So when we talk about the probable signs of pregnancy, we are talking about the woman can be pregnant or not pregnant. When you further break it down into subjective data means that there's not really proof that a woman is pregnant, right? There's not really proof. This is just what she's saying is happening. So one is amenorrhea, okay? Fatigue and urinary frequency, okay? Urinary frequency. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, the difference between subjective and objective? Okay. All right. And so what's happening, what begins to happen is this. What begins to happen is that physicians, when women come in, physicians may try to further evaluate whether a woman is pregnant or not. And you need to know this for your licensure exam. All right. And so these are objectives. These are objective signs, but they're still probable. So objective usually means that there is some sort of measurement happening. And so the common ones are what? You guys know this. The common ones are Goodell sign. The common ones are the positive pregnancy test. All right. The common ones are Hagar sign. And so you need to be able to determine the difference between these ones. All right. And these are also, like I said, these are in the VT, but I want you to know the difference between probable subjective and probable objective. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep rolling. We're talking about the signs of pregnancy. How do you know if a woman is pregnant? How do you know if a woman is pregnant? So this is when we begin to look at, all right, positive signs of pregnancies, positive signs of that a baby is in there. So that would be what? The fetal heartbeats. That would be fetal movements. Okay. The X-rays. And that is going to be a definite positive sign that a woman is pregnant, right? And so, hey, this is need to know information. This is need to know information. Absolutely. Have to be able to distinguish the two. Okay. And I see you guys are adding other things on here, sonogram, ultrasound. All these things will articulate that there is another person growing. There's another person growing. Feel free to share your information or your knowledge with the community. As long as it's right, that's okay. We love the comments here. So based off of that, I have a question here that's it's not in your workbook, but I think you guys can answer it at this time. And it's simply this. This is the NCLEX question. Great maternity question. Which of the following symptoms would the nurse most likely expect the client to provide? Is it number 1, objective positive? 2, subjective probable? 3, subjective positive? Or 4, objective practical? Okay. What would you say the client is most likely to provide? And so that's why it's so important that you guys know the difference between these two. Okay. And this is just based off of what we have been studying. All right. In the last couple minutes. All right. I see the answers rolling in, rolling. And you guys remember, go back to what we studied because I see some wrong answers. And we just went over this. All right. So if this is your first time learning this information, you got to look it up. You got to look that thing up. Everybody should have the right answer here. We are expecting our client to provide what? To provide the subjective. Remember, it's stuff you really can't determine. So they're going to be providing the subjective probable. Okay, subjective probable. That means they're going to say what? I miss my monthly period. I have urinary frequency. I have fatigue. Okay, so I want you guys, if you don't have your workbook, you need to take this note again. Look at this again. Subjective probable. A lot of people pick number 3. Number 3 is not going to be correct because the positive signs of pregnancy are not going to be subjective. They are going to have proof. Remember, subjective means there is no proof. Okay. So we wouldn't expect our clients to give us positive signs. That's something that we would have to measure as clinical healthcare providers. Okay. Okay. All right. So that was the correct answer, number 2 for that one. In your workbooks, you have an NCLEX activity here. And let me say this: situations where pregnancy becomes a distressor for the client. And so it's very important that if pregnancy is a distressor for the client, that as nurses, we show genuine empathy. We show genuine concern. All right. So we are coming from an empathetic place. I saw so many, emails and when I'm going through doing NCLEX questions, so many scenarios where a woman gets a positive pregnancy test and she is not happy, or this is the wrong time. So it's important for you to, when you get those NCLEX questions, to be empathetic. All right. So here is the activity. I want you guys to put subjective or objective. Subjective or objective. All right, whether it is subjective or objective in your workbooks. Okay, so here we go. Breast enlargement. Is that subjective or objective? What do you guys think? Morning sickness. Subjective or objective? Hey, what about an enlargement of the abdomen? Enlargement of the abdomen. All right. How about Chadwick's sign? Chadwick's sign. And also quickening. Quickening. All right. What do you guys think these ones are? What do you guys think these ones are? Okay. All right. I'm going to reveal the answers to you so you can fill out your workbooks here. The correct answer is breast enlargement. That is going to be totally subjective. That means there's no proof. We have no idea. All right. Morning sickness. Again, subjective. All right. Morning sickness, again, subjective. Can't really measure it. I mean, like just general morning sickness, you can't measure it. So we have to listen to our patient. If they tell us they're throwing up in the morning, then we have to take it as that. Okay. All right. And this is for your board exam. Okay. This is how they want you to view it. Enlargement of the abdomen. That is absolutely objective. That can be measured for sure. C can be measured. We know that the uterus moves in the body. The abdomen grows during pregnancy. All right. All right. D, Chadwick sign. Chadwick sign is going to be objective. Okay. It's an objective probable. It's an objective probable. All right. Sign. And that is something that can be measured. That is something that can be seen. Chadwick sign. And you guys remember Chadwick sign. All right. So that's when the vagina, the cervix turns blue. Okay. And then quickening. Quickening is also going to be subjective. You're not going to be able to measure that. Quickening is when the woman says she feels fluttery sensations. She feels fluttery sensations and that the baby is moving. All right. And so that is going to be subjective. How'd you guys do on that? Knowing the difference between the two. All right. I hope well. Remember the uterus moves from the pelvis, all right, to the abdomen at 12 weeks. And so that means you're going to see the abdomen expand, all right, as the uterus rises. The stomach is going to get big. So a lot of little kids think that, except for my daughter, a lot of little kids think that babies come from mommy's tummy, right? Because they see the abdomen. They don't see the uterus. They see the abdomen getting bigger. All right. And so that is something that you guys need to know. So if you got 4 out of 5, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. All right. Good job, everybody. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, and we have a couple more subjects to talk about. this is actually going to be in a review before we get into the raffles and things like that. All right. So the next thing that we're going to talk about that I didn't cover in the virtual trainer, okay, but I wanted to share with you here is the skin changes, okay? Skin changes that are seen in pregnancy. So the pregnancy hormones create pigmentation differences in the skin, and they are very noticeable. All right. Okay, so the first one is linea nigra. The first one is linea nigra. And linea nigra is it's actually a Latin term that means black line. So if you yourself have ever been pregnant, or you know of someone who is pregnant, 100 times out of 100 they have this. But honestly, I have seen different races of people who don't have linea nigra. All right. So it really, this to me really would be an objective, probable sign. Okay. But anyways, it's pigmentation of the linea alba. Okay. It's pigmentation of the linea alba. Okay. All right. Another condition is the cloasma. Cloasma. Are you guys familiar with this term? This is the butterfly pigmentation that happens to the face. Okay, this is the dark pigmentation that happens to the face. I honestly, I have not seen this. I have not seen this in any of the women that I took care of that were pregnant or during my maternity rotation. Those of you guys who probably have more experience in maternity have seen this. I myself have never seen this before. So I'm happy to share with you guys. Some of you may be like me and have not taken care of a patient with this. Okay. All right. Filling out your workbook. We're talking about skin changes that happen during pregnancy. The next one that I want to talk about is going to be, okay, here we go. So we have number 2 is striae gravidarum. Oh my goodness. Striae gravidarum. How many, we don't have to say it. How many of you have experienced this during pregnancy? All right. Or know somebody who has experienced this during pregnancy? Oh my goodness. All right. So, oh man. So, during pregnancy, of course, what happens is as your abdomen stretches, you have damage done to the essentially the connective tissues in the skin, right? The abdominal wall, those elastic fibers, they rupture and it causes damage. And that damage is, oh my goodness. You can't really compare it, okay? You can't really repair it is what I wanted to say. It is not much you can do. But yeah, this is I think this is an extreme case for me. But you know what? I actually heard this, and it was about a missionary who went over to an indigenous people. It doesn't matter what doesn't matter where they were from. But anyways, so the people bathed in the women bathed in a community pool. And so when they saw the missionary, you know, of course she was bare around her abdomen. And they felt sorry for her. And some of the older women started to cry. And she didn't understand because this was a fit woman. She had no stretch marks. She had, she was very, she had a great body, right? And the women saw her and they started to cry. And so she asked her interpreter, "Why are these women sad for me?" And the interpreter said, "These women are weeping for you because you have no striae gravidarum. You have no stretch marks." And so that, and to them, means that you have not had any children. You have not born any children. And so they felt sorry for them. So they felt sorry for her. So this, in some cultures, these stretch marks from pregnancy is a blessing. It's a sign of a woman who is blessed and who is fruitful and who has been shown favor and grace. And so I just love that story because it's different culturally, the perceptions that we have about our bodies after pregnancy. All right. Yes. Be proud. Be proud. All right. So we are talking about the skin changes that happen during pregnancy. And so the next one that I want to mention is this. Okay. A weight increase. Oh my goodness. Somebody know about this. Somebody can preach this thing, okay? So the weight increases during pregnancy. And the biggest weight increase happens during the second trimester, okay? Second trimester. And that is, the second 13-week period when the woman tends to put on more weight. And so the common causes of weight gain are going to be your maternal organs. Okay, they're going to be your maternal organs, which are the uterus and the placenta. Now, I want to make a note of this because the uterus is a reproductive organ. So it's part of the reproductive system. And most of you guys know that. But remember, the placenta is not. Does anybody know what system the placenta belongs to? Okay. What system the placenta belongs to? And this takes us back to, A&P, anatomy and physiology. The endocrine. Yes, it's an endocrine organ because it produces what? Because it produces hormones. Yes, because it produces hormones. And so, you know what? And so don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right. And let me ask you this. We know that the uterus is part of the reproductive. Organs. Let me ask you this. When a female is born, does she have a uterus? Or does the uterus develop after puberty? What do you guys say? I wrote that down. All right. Is the uterus present at birth, or does it come later? What do you guys think? All right. That is an interesting question. Yes. All right. Is it present at birth, or does it come later? All right. All right. I see you, YouTube. I see you, Facebook. Okay. All right. So the correct answer is yes. Females are born with their uterus. You're born with a uterus. It's present at birth. You have a tiny little uterus when you are born. All right. So we're talking about the causes. Of weight gain. So we have the maternal organs, increased fat storage when you become pregnant. One of the survival things that happens to women is they start to store fat to feed that baby. All right. And also an increase in maternal blood and body fluids. All right. And so all of those things will elevate your normal weight, and you just got to adjust and keep it moving. You just got to adjust and keep it moving and try to stay as healthy as possible. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Next we have the urinary changes. Okay, we're going to go over some urinary changes that you will see. And those urinary changes are going to be the growing bladder, the growing uterus, I should say, is certainly going to put more pressure on the urinary bladder. So think about what that means for the mother. Okay. Think about what that means for the mother. As the uterus is growing, it's putting pressure on really all of the abdominal cavity because it's normally not there. So that means that it's going to cause increased urinary frequency, but also, let me just digress. My goodness, these words. Let me just digress here. Urinary frequency, but just think about it. If you have the uterus putting pressure on the bladder, is it also going to put pressure on the large and small intestines? Yes. So what does that mean for your patient? Okay. What does it mean when the large intestine is compressed? Right? Is it also going to put pressure on the stomach? Okay. Right? So you have to think of how pregnancy structurally changes a woman. And I was teaching a class at a university two years ago, and it was a maternity class. It was just like a review they brought me in for. And I made this point to the class. I said, the pregnant woman, although on the outside she looks fine, inside, this is one of the sickest patients you could take care of. This is one of the most hemodynamically unstable patients there is. So you have a patient here that, although they have gained weight, they seem to have gained weight, actually they're malnourished. Because is all of that weight and all of that food going to the woman? No, it's not, right? So you have essentially a patient who is malnourished. Most pregnant women are anemic, so they're not getting enough oxygen. They're not producing enough red blood cells. They have hormonal imbalances. They are dehydrated. They're constipated. They're nauseated, right? And so these are the issues that a patient who is pregnant lives with for an entire 10 months. This patient is not a well patient. This is a very critical patient. This is a patient that has multi-system issues. All right. So some people think that maternity is an easy floor. And they think that maternity nurses are not really true nurses. However, I would challenge you to reconsider that opinion, because the pregnant client is extremely complex during pregnancy. All right. So we're just looking at one here. We're talking about the urinary changes. So you're going to have, and this one for sure. All right. I know this one for sure. And it is going to be aldosterone. Okay. And aldosterone is one of those hormones that you must know for the function that it does in the body. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. We're going to talk about the obstetric history and how to obtain that. Registered nurses need to be able to do this very quickly and very accurately for the board exams. Also, practical nurses need to be able to read charts. All right. They need to be able to read charts about it, and also understand orders. Okay. So this is fundamentally important. Okay. This is fundamentally important for you to know. So we're going to talk about the definitions of gravida, para, and abortion. Okay. Because they can be broken down into subcategories. All right. Subcategories. So when you talk about the term gravida, we understand that this is a pregnant woman generally. Okay. This is a general pregnant woman, and there'll be some information that will tell you, what point of pregnancy this woman is in. And so we know that if it's a first pregnancy, we call that a prima gravida. Okay. And so that will be some of you guys. All right. All right. Para allows you to determine the number of living children that a woman may or may not have. And so para generally means the number of births after 20 weeks. So that would be the marker. Yes, if a woman had twins, that is going to be just considered one pregnancy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So para is the number of births after 20 weeks. Nullipara is no living children. Nullipara is no living children. Okay. And this is from your downloadable. This is from your downloadable workbook. Okay, this is from your downloadable workbook. Okay. Primipara is one birth after pregnancy. Okay. And again, that's after the 20 weeks. And then we have multipara, which is two or more pregnancies, two or more that result in viable offspring. Okay. So that means that there are children that are being born. And so you guys have this on your notes. These are terms that you absolutely must be familiar with in order to be able to accurately answer NCLEX questions. And abortion is a general term. Abortion is a general term that means that it ends prematurely. Okay. And so I see some comments saying, I thought para was a different number of weeks for viability. Let me just say, when you're studying for NCLEX, when you're studying para is 24 weeks. Some people may say 23, 22. 20 is the minimum that I've seen. So I'm going with the minimum here because with interventions that we now have in place, babies' lives are being able to be saved at this age. And so just a general note that when you're studying multiple resources, you absolutely will see some discrepancies in laboratory reference values, in dates in general, dates and numbers in general. So I just want to say that is common if you are like, wait, I heard it was this or I heard it was that. All right. And that's just how it is in the medical community. Things are constantly changing, being updated. All right. So these are my notes that I'm sharing with you guys. All right. Okay. Abortion is a birth that ends prematurely. So in your workbooks, and you can get your workbooks if you haven't gotten them from Facebook. We emailed them out to you guys if you're on our mailing list, as well as I think we put a link in here. All right. Here we go. Let's just match up these terms. Okay, let's just match up these terms. And the terms here, the three terms that are here are going to be the name term, which you guys know is a maternity word. And the second one is abortions. And then the third is preterm. So what are they? Number one is what? Number two is what? And number three is what? What saith you, Remar nurses? What saith you, Remar nurses? Okay. All right. So I see here, Melissa says 1 is A, 2 is C, and 3 is B. Very plainly, very clearly. Oh, all right. Live on the maternity NCLEX review. So happy that you guys are joining me here. Not bad. I think everybody got it. Okay. So let me just show the answers. The correct answer is going to be, hey, number 1 is A, number 2 is C, and number 3 is B. Thank you guys so much for putting those answers down, because I know people will see it in the comments and then they'll know if they got it wrong, that you guys are helping them out. All right. the next part of our workbooks we're going to go over are just a few diagnostic exams. Okay, we're going to go over a few diagnostic exams that are important for maternity nurses. Again, all right. So the first one that we're going to talk about is, it is the GBS. It is the GBS. You guys know this one, Group Beta Strep. Oh my goodness, Group B strep. This is actually a bacterial infection that is super common in pregnant women, right? Super common in pregnant women. About, what did it say? I looked, 1 in 4 women have this. All right, so that's 25% of women are going to be GBS positive. And so what it is it's an exam that's done between 35 and 37 weeks. And it's actually just a swab where you swab the vagina and the anal cavity, and then you send a test. You send it out for a test to see if this group beta strep is present in the woman's body. Now, the group beta